Right, so in my last series, I spoke about Patois, the essence of Patois as a language. So today, I'm going to be talking about our wonderful heritage of Jamaica. Today, I'll be focusing on songs, stories, and proverbs. And the basic thing really is our language, the Patois, which it beggars belief that its Patois is not recognized as a language. You know, in order to understand our Jamaican language, it is useful to look back on our history. And in my last series, I told you about the island of Jamaica being colonized by the Spanish, who brought the first African slaves and enslaved the native Taino people until they were wiped out by violence and disease. Recent documentation showed that some of these Taino people, they're not actually, they re-emerge. Yes, I noticed that in the newspaper recently. So if you research, you'll see that the Taino, the original Jamaican people, that they are still in existence. Then by the time I finish telling you about these history, you're gonna know Jamaica back to back. Because subsequently in the year 1655, the African population became larger when Jamaica was taken over by the British, who brought slaves over from West Africa to work on the sugar plantations. You know, the sugar plantation was a cruel subjugation of slavery, and a lot of crime happened during those times because of the greed for money and all that. So during those period, the slaves had no common language and therefore adopted a basic vocabulary of English words, and they put them together in a simplified grammar to form their native language. So that is basically what I'm going to talk about today, the language. So this is part 2, is an extension from what I was telling you about recently. Right, so today I'll be looking at the basic features of our Jamaican Patois as a language. You see, our Jamaican Creole is also known as Patois. You can either say Patois or Jamaican Creole. So just to recap, I spoke about the reality that Patois is an English-based Creole language that developed in the early 17th and 18th centuries. And that was basically normally through contact with African slaves and the English-speaking slave owners. Right. Suffice to say that Patois is a variety of different languages combined. So today I'm going to be talking about my favorite character, Louise Bennett. When I was younger, she was my icon, or cultural icon. She's no longer with us today, but the memories of her live on, and her contribution to our Jamaican society will never be forgotten. Now, Jamaica is notable for its cultural impact all around the world. I went to France recently, and the first thing they say, Bob Marley, Bob Marley, woman no cry, woman no cry. So, wherever you go in the world, people identify with the Jamaican culture in different ways. But me personally, I love the folklore, because I was born and brought up in a church where we used to do drama, acting, and it bring out your acting skills and bring out who you are as a person. So one of the reasons I was so fond of Louise Bennett had been her pride in our Jamaican culture. She was renowned for her artistic abilities, and they would applaud her for her unique originality. She was a very distinguished her outstanding contribution to Jamaican poetry made a vast difference to our Jamaican society, home and abroad. Now, over the years, lots of tributes have been made in her honor, and many Jamaicans expressed their love and affection for her in many ways. More than anything, she exhibited an unswerving commitment to art, folklore, and her artistic efforts knew no bounds. she, she just carried on going from strength to strength. And over a period of many years, it all began in, I would say, 1990. She was born in 1919. Yeah, at 40 North Street on a Sunday afternoon, as she was telling the interviewee recently in one of her documentaries that I was observing. So yes, she was born on the 7th of September 1919. So at that time, it was the war to end all wars were coming to an end, and the last troops who had left to defend the honor of the British Empire had returned home to Jamaica. So yeah, a lot of Jamaican soldiers went to fight in the war. Yeah, and they returned home safely, thank God. Others returned from Panama, where they helped to build the canal. So Jamaicans have been all over the place, really making a difference. Now, basically, the world was changing rapidly during the time when Louise Bennett was a teenager. So about in the 1930s or thereabout. Lots of motor cars were on the street with electrical tram lines, reaching to Rockport, Papine, Constant Spring, all over that place. Yes, so Jamaica had those sort of electric tram lines like what we have here in Britain. Yes, wealthy men, they were growing sugar cane. People were getting wealth because of not so much slaves, but sugar cane is where obviously we get sugar from, and the market was very extensive. So yeah, there was a consciousness among the people, but Jamaican culture had not been completely accepted. In other words, the Patois language. Because even in the world of entertainment, there were two worlds, the rich and famous, and then there was those who were struggling to make ends meet. And guess what? A proper English accent was the only acceptable one. Yeah, them always tell you if you talk good, shut up your mouth, you talk too bad. In fact, I'm gonna tell you about one of Louise Bennett patois that I used to recite in my younger days. Yes, at this point I'll tell you. Me glad to see you come back, boy. But Lord, you let me down. Me shame I used to till all of my proudness drop a ground. You mean you go America and spend 6 whole months there and come back not a piece better than how you did go away? Boy, you no shame. It's so you come after your tan so long. Not even look a language, boy. Not even look a twang. And your sister will work only 1 week with American. She talks so nice that me did have the juice we understand. Boy, you no shame. It's so you come. Not even a little gold teeth or a little gold chain round your throat. Not even a pass the rhythm coat. If you, I don't, shut up your mouth, you chat too bad. I don't know how you and your papa go and make it out. If you want to please him, make him think you bring back something new. You always call him Pa. This evening when him come, you better say Pooh. So basically, that's a patois dialect that Miss Louise Bennett wrote about. Normally people back in the day, they travel abroad, they come back with different accent. I don't know, some people could change their accent so fast. So they expect you when you're returning from abroad to look the part, look reasonable, look cool and look nice. Sometimes a Jamaican see somebody coming back, them say, but she never there far. No, she looks so. So that was what that really is about, basically. But I'll elaborate more on the patois thing later on. So one of the greatest ambitions of any individual at the time was to get a part in any West End play. And in 1945, 20 years before I was born, Miss Louise Bennett was awarded a scholarship by the British Council to the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art in London in her early 20s. Her big break came after audition, and guess what? It wasn't really her part, but the person who had number 33, she had mums, and because of that, Louise Bennett got the place. So you see, one person misfortune is another person fortune. Yeah, so that's how Louise Bennett's career took off. Now, as a teenager, Louise did not study drama formally, but due to her natural flair for the theater, comedy and folklore, she excelled in writing and became popular with her writing talents. And during those middle years, she took on an informal radio broadcast where she also entertained children. She had a popular children program called Ring Ding with Miss Lou. And really, it was after a popular demand for her to judge Village Festival that she decided to undertake formal training in drama. So in the process of time, she became a living legend and was described as the mother of our Jamaican culture, and more importantly, our first lady of comedy, our cultural icon. Yes, Miss Louise Bennett, I really admire this lady. In June 1960, she received the British Empire, Queen Elizabeth II awarded her medal for her contributions to Jamaica. And the Jamaican government subsequently had a celebration in her honor and bestowed on her the title of Cultural Ambassador at Large. I love this lady. In 1972, she was awarded numerous silver and gold medals for her cultural contributions to Jamaican culture. Now, on one occasion, the Order of Jamaica was presented to her by the Norman Washington Foundation when she became the recipient of the Norman Manley Award for Excellence as a writer and performer. So you see your Jamaican patois can make you advance from stage to stage and go from strength to strength. Yes, Rex Nettleford. I remember this man very well when I used to do creative dancing at the University of the West Indies at the Creative Arts Center. He said, what? Let me see what he said. Rex Nettleford. Oh, I think I might have missed out on that. But anyway, by Louise Bennett's 68th birthday, she had published about 10 books in Jamaican patois dialect, and her Jamaican textbook written in patois is now used as at the University of the West Indies, and her new collection of Anansi stories. So tell me now that patois is not a very important language. Right, so for Miss Lou, the patois language is an index of power and identity. That was Miss Lou's belief. An index of power and identity. And she spoke about the rhythm of the language. So the folklore comes from the different people who have lived in our country or Jamaican culture. As Miss Louise Bennett would say, when the Asian culture and the European culture buck up on the African culture, we stir them up and blend them to a flavor. We shake them up and move them to a beat. We wheel them and we turn them and we rock them and we sound them and we temper them and locks the rhythm sweet. Now she said our Auntie Rochi always vex anytime them style Jamaica patois as corruption of the English language. She said, no, sir. Nothing no go so. English derive and Jamaica corrupt. Me not think so. English derive, Jamaica derive too. Because English derive from the Norman, French, Greek, Latin. You understand? And Jamaica derive from English and African, Portuguese, Spanish, French. Yeah, we derive too. We derive. The French people, them say patois is a corruption of the English language. Most of the words spoken in patois are good African words. Come from one language called TWY. Research it. TWY, they call it tree. Yes. I'm just recapping what I already told you. So the English forefather, them a try for muss and bone, that try them for chat so English, but the African them pop them. Them disguise up the English in the African road. And because when them talk, the slave master couldn't understand them. So true that them could have plot. Because of that, some Maroons run away and go build them own empire up in the... That is a complete different thing that I need to talk about. But the Maroons, you hear about the Maroons in Jamaica? Yes, they escaped from the Spanish. Because the Spanish people, they initially were ruling Jamaica before the British took over in 1655. Yes, so although a whole heap of Jamaican word them have English in it. No English somebody can't understand we if we no want them understand we. Cause what happen is, just to borrow a line from Louise Bennett, we fling where most of the bangarang and we keep where we want. For instance, the English would say, I got stuck by a prickle. Jamaica people say, Maka juke me. And we have a way, to make the word where we are talk about sound like the sitting. You understand? We have a way to make the word where we are say sound like the sitting where we are talk about. For instance, when Jamaica people say you're bugo yaga, that means you're chaka, you know, look good, you're bugo yaga. You understand me? What did that bugo yaga woman there? That means you're not relevant, you know, look good. But when we say nice little bunununus baby, that means you're sweet, that means you're nice. Most of these patois words, they are compounding simple words. Like when we say ruku, that means shaky, pian, that means pian, not look good. Pian, kwashi, sort of, you know. Poto mean mud. All these are languages from Africa. Sesa, gossip. Aram, scare, and that mean lackadaisical and you have a don't care attitude. You understand? So, during this time when Louise Bennett was in operation, it was during the colonial period. So before I conclude, I'm going to tell you about the colonization in reverse poem. So colonization in reverse by Louise Bennett. What a joyful news, Miss Matty. I feel like my heart going burst. Jamaica people colonizing England in reverse. By the 100, by the 1,000, from country and from town. By the shipload, by the plane load. Jamaica is England bound. Them a pour out of Jamaica. Everybody future plan is to get a big time job and settle in the motherland. What a island. What a people. Man and woman, old and young. Just a pack them bag and baggage. We got turn history upside down. Some people don't like travel, but for sure them loyalty. Them all open up cheap fare to England agency. And week them shipping off them countrymen by like fire. For immigrate and populate the seat of the empire. Uno see how life is funny. Uno see the turnabout. Jamaica people live for back spread out of English people mouth. Oh, for when they catch a England and start play them different role. Some will settle down for work, but some settle for the dole. Jane says the dole is not too bad because them paying her £2 a week for seek a job that suit her dignity. Mr. Jane will never find work at the rate I should have look. For all day long she dey on hard fan couch. I read love story book. What a devilment of England. Them face war and brave the worst. But me I wonder how them going stand colonization in reverse. Louise Bennett, man, yeah, that was one of our poems. So although Patois is considered to be incorrect English or improper speech by the French, Patois is a distinct language with its own phonology, grammar, and obviously distinctions. Some linguists claim that Patois is nothing more than English spoken loosely with a Jamaican accent. But no, not at all. There is sufficient evidence to argue that Patois have its own grammatical features, vocabulary, and it's distinct from standard English. Very distinct, because Patois have the basilect, which I'll tell you more about, the acrolect, and the middle part that you call the mesolect. Yes, all those is Patois, and it have distinctions, which I'll tell you more about in another chapter. Right. So Jamaica Patois is quite similar to English in many ways. But Louise Bennett couldn't understand why people downgrade Patois. You understand? English is an international dialect. Louise Bennett brought home the reality that Patois is our language and there's no need to imitate anybody. You understand? It's unique to ourselves. So apart from the fact that Louise Bennett gave us Jamaicans pride in our culture and a strong sense of our own identity, she brought communities together with her cultural performances, and entertainments. I think I need a cup of tea now. I soon wrap up. In the year 1962, during the colonial period, Jamaica was emerging into a new identity. During that time, she brought us the essence of our Jamaican culture in what was a joyful, comical way that uplift our spirits. And this is the part I was talking about earlier when Rex Nettleford, the gentleman at the Creative Arts Center at the university in Jamaica, he said the language, which is in fact defied the Eurocentric dictates of colonial life. Yes, our Patois language, it defied the Eurocentric dictates of colonial life. So Louise Bennett had basically been the symbol of a kind of cultural revolution in Jamaica and the Caribbean. She was in fact our matriarch. So it's time for that cup of tea now. So thanks for your time. Keep subscribing. This is getting interested and I'm getting to learn more about my Jamaican culture. When you live in Jamaica, you don't get a chance to explore Jamaica as a whole because you're in Jamaica. They say when you're in it, you can't see. But when you're away from it now and from the outside looking in, you realize, the very importance of our Jamaican background and our culture, or our music, or our folklore. We are a unique set of species and we ought to be proud wherever in the world that we should ever go. Jamaicans is unique and we are very special. So this tribute today is basically to commemorate Louise Bennett during the Black History period. I know Black History is that the month of October is a couple days out, but I just wanted to get my little penny word, as the British would say, get your little twopence halfpenny in, and to let you know more about our Jamaican culture. So keep subscribing, keep watching, and keep watching this space because a lot more coming. The next topic, I'm going to tell you more about Patois and the different distinctions and the fact that Patois really should be recognized as a language. Yes, because it's been coming from the early 17th and 18th century, and now we're in 2020. So yeah, it's about time somebody did something. So we might have to campaign for all that, but you never know, because in everything you always need the people's vote or the people's voice to get a resolution. All right, so thanks for your time. Tell a friend about this channel, and enough respect, keep subscribing, and thanks for your time, and keep those subscriptions coming. All right, thanks a lot.